Evening, YouTube. Hope you guys had a good work week. It was only a 2-day work week for me. I was on vacation for the first 3 days of the week, so I only had to do 2 days. And since we are getting into the first week of July, which is where 4th of July rests, I thought we'd go ahead and play a military FPS. I know the 4th of July isn't really about our soldiers, it's more about the day we declared our independence from Great Britain. But I don't know, when I think of Americans, the first thing I usually think of are the men and women of our military, specifically those of the greatest generation. So today we're going to be playing Medal of Honor. This game was released in 1999 and came about as a commission from Steven Spielberg, who was fresh off of Saving Private Ryan, which at the time was a really big deal. The film was noteworthy for its less romanticized depiction of World War II. And as Steven Spielberg was making the movie, he found his kids playing GoldenEye on the N64, and he thought it'd be really interesting to combine the World War II aspects with the gameplay of GoldenEye. So he partnered with DreamWorks Interactive, and the game would eventually kind of be known as Medal of Honor. But it wasn't an easy road. There was a lot of talk at the time as to whether or not it was okay to do a video game like this. Now, that's not to say there hadn't been World War II shooters before in the past. Like, you had Wolfenstein, there was, what else was there? There was a build engine game, Great War, I think it was called. But nothing that really went for realism. And it also didn't help that as Medal of Honor was reaching the prototyping phase, the Columbine shooting occurred, which brought all kinds of scrutiny on the video game. So doing one with a lot of realism was definitely frowned upon at that time. And the Congressional Medal of Honor Society, is that what it's called? Just make sure I got that right. Congressional Medal of Honor Society. When they heard that they were making a game called Medal of Honor that would be adapting World War II into a video game, in addition to using the highest honor that can be awarded to any soldier in the military, they really pushed to have the game canceled. In fact, Spielberg was planning on doing that, but the game's director brought the head of the society to check out the game and showed him that their intentions were to take the subject matter seriously and, not glorify the violence of World War II, which was their concern. They even got a commission from the Medal of Honor Society. When the game would come out, it would be an enormous hit. It was one of the best-selling games on the PlayStation 2. It would get a sequel and a whole line of sequels. And in addition to that, for the next several years, if you had a first-person shooter, it was very likely it was a World War II style first-person shooter. It was just that popular. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the game. I'm going to be playing this off of my PS3 here. Though, if you want to hunt down a physical copy of the game, it shouldn't be too hard to find it. Do a quick sound check. Though, if you want to hunt down a physical... God, my voice sounds awful. Anyway, let's do this. I really wish I had nostalgia for that boot up. I was an N64 kid, I wasn't playing PlayStation when I was a kid. We're all familiar with them. DreamWorks Interactive, I'm not too familiar with this studio. Okay, I do like that animation, that's kind of cute.
Human civilization has always known conflict, but it wasn't until the 20th century that the scope magnified to such a bloody scale as to engulf the entire world. In the aftermath of the war to end all wars, Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party fanned the flames of a broken and dispirited nation, rebuilding the country from the ashes of the Versailles Treaty into a fascist juggernaut that seemed unstoppable. They pushed all the way to the Atlantic in their blitzkrieg, with England their next target. But Winston Churchill, his small island nation, won the Battle of Britain, holding out through Hitler's terror bombing for an entire year. They stoked the fires of freedom long enough to stay alive and to save the world. After Pearl Harbor, the United States, with all its military and industrial muscle, entered the war. First Africa, then Italy, and then finally Fortress Europe itself. You, soldier, are a part of this great crusade. Are you ready to rise above and beyond the call of duty?
The graphic design on that title is fantastic. Good solid name too, Medal of Honor, that was just a stroke of brilliance. So right away you can kind of see what their intentions were when they were making this. That opening almost plays like the opening to a World War II documentary on History Channel, or, you know, back when History Channel was actually about history. So it's clear that they're trying to make the game with respect and not just trying to, you know, make Duke Nukem or Doom in a World War II setting. As for this title screen, this is also really cool. You got the war room here, and I just let it go because it sat for too long. Seeing everyone just looking busy, that's just a really creative touch. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started.
Good morning, Lieutenant. I'm Colonel Hargrove from the Office of Strategic Services. I'll get right to the point. The OSS was formed 2 years ago by presidential order to serve as the intelligence branch of the United States military. Our mission is anything and everything. Espionage, sabotage, subversion, search and rescue, you name it, we do it. Now, from time to time, we recruit people from outside of the regular ranks, especially if they've got a particular skill we need. Like you, Lieutenant Patterson. What you did last Monday got our attention. I know you consider yourself just another anonymous pilot in the Transport Corps, but taking out a half a dozen of the Wehrmacht and then sneaking back into friendly territory is quite an impressive feat of soldiering by anyone's measure. I had your records from basic and OCS pulled. Your instructors gave you high marks for weapons and munitions training. You were the top marksman in your class, excellent leadership skills, noted for being especially smart and resourceful. I also had your university transcript pulled. You were just one semester away from getting your aerospace engineering degree before you enlisted. You had earned straight A's from start to finish. In short, Lieutenant, you're just the kind of man we're looking for. But it's completely up to you whether you want to join us or not. Unfortunately, there's not much time to make a decision, so if the answer is yes, you'll be on a plane within the hour heading back to France. If it's no, you'll be ordered to forget we ever had this conversation. So, Lieutenant Patterson, what will it be?
Okay, so the setup for Medal of Honor is actually really interesting by today's standards. With these military FPS games, especially the ones that go for historical accuracy, most of the time they just put you straight into the action, you know, historical battles like D-Day, Stalingrad, all that stuff. But like, obviously, the first Medal of Honor wasn't capable of doing something like that. The technology just wasn't there at the time. You can only render so many NPCs, the draw distance wasn't enough. You can't do these big, large-scale battles. So the direction they took by having it focus on the OSS, which was the Office of Strategic Services, which was essentially intelligence and espionage branch of the United States military was another stroke of genius because that allows the game to focus on these smaller missions where it's just one man dealing with something that's one man could deal with. So that's a really cool idea, and the OSS has a lot of interesting history behind it. So yeah, really cool so far. Alright, so going through this briefing. Bonjour, my name is Manon. Colonel Hargrove tells me that you've decided to join the OSS. Welcome to the fight. I'll be your liaison with the French resistance. We call ourselves the... Okay, I don't even know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not even going to try. Time is of the essence, so press the X button to turn the page to start the briefing. Your first mission begins immediately. An Allied G3 operations officer was shot down last night. He and his pilot returned from the secret rendezvous with my comrades when their plane was hit. The G3 has vast knowledge not only of the Allied battle plans, but of the resistance as well. The whole French underground in this region is at stake. We found the pilot this morning, but there's been no sign of the G3. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that either. Search parties are out in force, so at least we know the Germans haven't found him. Yet. Start by locating the downplane and see where the trail leads. The pilot's logbook is also missing, so be on the lookout for that as well. Hence, to gain control of a German machine gun, press the action button. Good luck. Okay, so it looks like we're helping out the French resistance. Something that the OSS did a lot of back in the day. It's funny how we think of the French as cowards for surrendering to Adolf Hitler at the start of World War II. But the French resistance actually was fighting pretty hard against them. So it's not like they weren't doing anything during the war. They were trying. Okay, so as usual, we start with the controls, and by default, these are a little awkward to go back to. So in most shooters, how the controls are generally done, dual analog. So you move with the left stick and you aim with the right stick. But at the time, 2 analog sticks was still sort of a new thing, so people haven't really thought to do that yet. And the most popular shooter at the time was GoldenEye, so that's the one everyone was emulating at the time. So how the controls work here is with the left stick, I move around, but you notice I also turn with the left stick too. So that's tied together. If you try to use the right stick, you can look up and down, but if you moved right to left, that actually causes you to strafe. And most people are used to that being on the left stick. Let's see what else we got here. You also straight with L and R. You can go prone with L2. And holding the R2 button lets you aim precisely, which is pretty similar to how it was in GoldenEye. To fire, it's X button, reload, square, jump is triangle, and switching weapons is circle. So yeah, by today's standards, these controls probably are going to feel a little clunky, but that was just kind of a product of its time. You can actually go into the options menu and swap to a control scheme that does use something resembling dual stick shooting, but you still have to use the free aim in order to hit your target, so it's still not going to play like a typical FPS. But anyway, let's go ahead, get this mission underway. So the shooting feels alright, the weapon feels powerful enough. And the way enemies react to being shot does give you a nice sense of power, so that's good. Okay, so by holding the button, you can actually... Yeah, when you shoot them in the head, the helmet pops off. That's another neat touch. Now, looking at the graphics here, they might not seem terribly impressive, but you gotta remember, like, FPS games just weren't common on consoles at the time. So, I thought I killed this guy. So, like, details like that definitely do a lot. Another detail is how the guns handle. In shooters before GoldenEye, there actually wasn't a reload animation. That was actually a new thing at the time. And even in GoldenEye, when you went to reload, the gun would just drop off screen and just reappear loaded. But here you actually see your guy operating the gun as they would in real life, which is really cool. And the way enemies react to your presence and getting shot. Like there, he just went prone. Like, you wouldn't see something like that in all the old, you know, phonetic FPS games like Doom and Duke Nukem back in the day. I'm not saying that that Medal of Honor is better than those games. I don't think it is. But, like, the level of detail here really is impressive for the time. Even if these graphics are really dated. Now, again, it is PlayStation. You do kind of have to cut some slack, but it's a fine example of why going for realism in a video game is always just a good way to date your game. Because, like, as soon as the next generation comes out, it's going to be very clear just how far you were from emulating realism at the time. That's the thing about a lot of these military FPS games. They tend to be very clear products of the time. Where? Ah, there you are. So yeah, you do really have to lean on the manual aim in order to hit your targets. Which can be a little annoying. But for the most part, the game is designed around that. When enemies see you, it does take them a second to return fire, so you do have time to line up your shots and open fire before they do. That is assuming you're aware of them, in which case they're going to sneak up on you. It's also worth noting that, well, stuck. What was I saying earlier? It definitely has a more tactical feel to it than, you know, other FPS games that were common at the time. I have no idea what he just said. But I assume that these guys want to kill me since they're already trying to shoot me. Normally when I play FPS games like this, I have a tendency to laugh like a madman. But considering that this is based off of something that actually happens, and is going for such a realistic tone, I don't think it would be appropriate for me to do that, so I'm not going to. Someone else is shooting at me, but I can't see where. Ah, wrong button. Yeah, that gun feels really powerful. Ah, there's the guy. that's supposed to be an M1 Garen right there. Well, I always thought that was a really cool gun, if anything, just for that cool ping you get when you run out of ammo. It was kind of a clunky gun to use, so you can reload it anytime you want to here. In real life, you actually had to unload the clip if you wanted to reload it, so it's best to just wait until the bullets run dry. And is he trying to one-hand a rifle? What are you doing, dude? Do you not have a pistol? Yeah, the Gravit Zero's certainly seen better days, haven't they? Like, even by the standards of the time, from what I'm used to, like, I think GoldenEye looks better than this game. Like, there's just so much jittery movement, the draw distance is really bad, and as you can see with a lot of the enemies, they do move really silly. But again, that's just kind of the product of the time. This is before you really had motion capture in gaming, so like all these animations you're seeing, it was all done by hand. The fact that it looks as good as it does for the time was just really impressive. Hold still. I love how when you get a kill shot, they fly backwards. That just makes the weapons feel really powerful. Alright, so I guess this is the G3 they were talking about. I wanted to have my older brother on the show tonight, but he was on vacation, so he couldn't make it. The thing about, like, he's just a big history buff. He probably knows better about this military stuff than I do. My knowledge just extends to what I found on Wikipedia, honestly. Because, you know, that's a credible site. At least my teachers say it wasn't a credible site. I used Wikipedia a lot for my papers in college. I already got the degree now, so nothing they can do about it. Don't you shoot at me. I can barely see you, dude. That's what you get for wearing a swastika. Degens. Alright, that's the end of the first level. So far, not too bad. I mean, the controls are a little clunky, but I've certainly played worse. This is nowhere near as bad as System Shock, let me tell you. Nothing will ever be as bad as the controls in System Shock. Alright, overall rating... 137 shots, really. And I only got... Yeah, that tracks. Even in real life, I'm a lousy shot. Number of hits taken, number of objects destroyed, head, torso. Aw, man, I shot someone 3 times in the groin. Come on, you don't shoot someone there. Alright, I guess that's not bad, average. Let's go ahead and continue. Trace bien, Patterson. Those hedgerows were crawling with Germans. I'm glad to see you made it through in one piece. The G3's trail has brought you to my home village in Dubishin? The G3 knew that there was an active cell here, so I would hope he's safe in their hideout. Unfortunately, there's a more pressing problem. The Gestapo. Set up as the Nazi Party's secret police, the Gestapo was filled with miscreants and wanton criminals who lacked the discipline of professional soldiers. The Gestapo members are ransacking homes and shops, brutally driving out civilians who live and work here. These are people who supported the resistance throughout the war. Please, you must do something to help them. If you eliminate some of the officers and destroy their ability to communicate with headquarters, I'm confident these thugs will scurry away like rats. Your objectives are neutralize at least 8 Gestapo officers, destroy the unit's radio, and find that word's hideout. Okay, that seems doable for one man. Really do like these loading screens too. It looks like World War II propaganda. Remember when there were actually bad guys to fight? These days, war tends to be so morally gray. What do I know? I've never been to war. Need to keep my mouth shut before I say something offensive. There's already going to be some people who find it offensive if I'm even playing a game with Nazi imagery in it. Hearing a radio somewhere, probably one of my objectives. Yep, there we go. Oh, it's up there. Okay, I gotta admit, that did look a little funny. Someone's calling out to me. I think I shot that guy in the butt. It's a Nazi, I don't care where I shoot him. Wow. There's a symbol of evil right there, if I have ever seen one. What do the Germans say? Guten Tag? Did I pick up the submachine gun? I did. I don't remember the name of that gun, but I know that's the iconic German SMG. Gonna get down. But yeah, you can definitely try that you can definitely tell they're trying with this level. Textures are muddy, it's got that jittery movements. It really does make you think about how far graphical technology has come, hasn't it? I hear you, but I don't see you. Oh, now I see you. So you guys might be wondering why I'm not switching to the submachine gun. And the reason for that is, while the submachine gun does fire faster, it's got a bad bullet spread on it. Okay, who's shooting at me? Ah. The rifle rounds go where you aim them, so that's why I'm using that for now. Though if I go into mid-range, I would definitely want to switch to the assault, to the submachine gun. But yeah, the way these guys react to getting shot looks really cool. Okay, so half of them, so that's 4 of them. I haven't been counting. Holy crap! Yeah, the mission structure here is also unique for the time as well. Most of the time in FPS games before GoldenEye, uh, most of them would just get from point A to point B, which usually involved a lot of key hunting. GoldenEye and Medal of Honor here, they actually came up with the idea of having different objectives that you had to complete as you're making your way through the game. Which is definitely a good call because the OSS were doing a lot more than just going and massacring Germans by the truckload. Some of the operations they partook in are pretty fascinating too. I was watching a Gaming Historian's video on this game, and he talks a lot about the OSS in that video. He was talking about an operation they undertook where they forged German propaganda to where any German officer that surrenders would be able to sleep with any woman they want. And as a result of that, a bunch of Germans started surrendering to the Allies, which is just funny to think about. Like, the Germans absolutely hated OSS. Hitler ordered that if any OSS officer was captured, they were to be executed on the spot. Definitely some of the toughest soldiers of the era, I would say. But then again, I wouldn't really know. I'm sure if my brother Judd is watching this, he's fact-checking everything I say. Nothing I say is fact. I want to make that clear. My expertise is on video games. It has nothing to do with military FPS games, not military World War II history. Wow. Yeah, that machine gun feels great, dude. Yeah, like the way he drops the... Oh. Just gonna chuck a grenade in there. Okay, that didn't go far at all. What on earth was that? Let's try that again. That's better. Whoa. I would say the situation is escalating really fast. Yeah, if you hit a wall or something, you get that jittery movement, which is really annoying. Yeah, you see how that was spreading out? That's why you'd, in some cases, want to use the rifle instead. These guys are starting to gang up on me, so I need to be careful. I definitely prefer this style of shooting than something like Doom, but this isn't bad at all. It's a different kind of FPS, is what I usually say. At least it's projectile shooting too, I mean, still something to be said for that. Really do love the sound effects here too. The way all the metallic noises that come from the gun as the character's reloading it, that just sounds great. The music is really interesting too. It was composed by, what was it? Writer, composer, Michael Giacchino, who has done a lot of Hollywood movies, most recently Pixar and Marvel movies. It's a fully orchestrated soundtrack, taking advantage of the CD hardware. Like, it really was an ambitious game for 1999. And man, that makes me feel old. I would have been 4 years old when this game came out. Yep. Someone's still out there. You can hear the footsteps. And I just saw him clip through the wall. Haha, double boom. Okay, don't laugh, Jagger. It's not funny. It's not funny. Like, I know we have to hate the Germans, but, like, you ever notice how in a lot of World War II material from the time and even today they tended to portray the Germans as kind of dumb? Someone's getting me. Crap, I'm out of ammo. Gotta be careful, this definitely isn't a run-and-gun shooter. Ooh, a tank. Shame I can't take control of that. Say what you will about Germans, but they had some impressive hardware for the time. Like, have you ever seen the movie Fury, that scene where our tank shells are just bouncing off of theirs? Man, holy crap, dude. According to my brother, the reason they had such better tanks than us in World War II was because, like, American and the British, we had the idea that, tanks were there to support the infantry, whereas the Germans had the idea that infantry was there to support the tanks. And guess who ended up being right in regards to the tactical accuracy of that? Hello! We keep saying that. Try it. Keep it up, soldier. Actually, I'm impressed with how well this is holding up. This actually isn't bad at all. Only 2 stars. I guess that makes sense. It did get the drop of me a lot. I think my accuracy was better this one, though. MP40, that's the weapon. 39 headshots, 29 torso, only 5 to the groin. Gunnery execution, winger. I wonder what that means. Based on the report from the rescue pilot, we know the G3's injuries from the crash were bad, but I just got word from Contat still hiding in the town that his wounds are much worse than we thought. Unfortunately, your job as an OSS agent doesn't lend itself much to sentimentality. If you discover that G3 hasn't survived, though, through the night, don't linger. Grab his attaché case and run. With the sun coming up, there's no way you can risk going topside. Your only hope is to escape through the old sewer system under the town. The same network of medieval tunnels that have been using as a hideout since the early days of the war. Search parties are closing in with full force. To survive, you're going to need something to even the odds. Thankfully, the have been stockpiling allied weapon were smuggled before the invasion. My contact says you can find a large cache of ammunition hidden in a fake sewer grate, located in the northwest corner of the second big tunnel. Grab everything inside. Good luck, Patterson. The fight continues. I think that guy's got a Thompson. Do I get a Thompson in this game? I love Thompsons. Yeah, I definitely wish I had saved some SMG ammo now. Okay, so there's our agents. You're hearing whistles, so someone's coming after me. Wow! Aw, oh, man. That's for making me shoot a dog. Again with the dog. What is wrong with you guys? Stop making me do that. Yeah, it's something else that might throw modern gamers for a loop. You don't have regenerating health like you would in any other modern military FPS. You have a health bar, so you gotta be on the lookout for health packs. I think that's the grade I was told to look for. Oh, stop it! I don't like shooting dogs. It's a grade, isn't it? Maybe I can blow it up. Nope, maybe that's not the right grade. Okay, I got some ammo for this, so I'll stick to it. That's a dead end. More ammo, though. More ammo is always good. Okay, that was really cool how he kept firing even after he's dead. Stop making me shoot the dogs. You're making me uncomfortable. Nazis and degenerates, two totally different things. I'm okay with, but not dogs. Here we go. What is this? What is this? Oh, it's a shotgun. Ruby. This is exactly what I need. Okay, now I guess I gotta find my way out of here. That shotgun is really unsatisfying, though. It doesn't have a lot impact to it. For this setting, though, this is the kind of weapon you want to use. This is a cool level, too. Kinda hard to see what you're doing, though. I wonder how that looks on YouTube. Whoa. Wait, is someone behind me? Did you guys shoot at me? And no, Jimmy Patterson was not a real person. That's just someone they made up for the game. Sorry, dog. I missed that shot completely. The animations do look silly, but they are a lot of fun. It just makes the guns feel so powerful. Decent light effects there. Sorry, dogs. Did he just do a combat roll? Man, that's cool. It's a product for the time, but man, did they put their damage into this. That was fun. What's next? So I got about 40 minutes left in the stream. Doesn't look like anyone's watching though, but can't really say I'm surprised. Who cares about this game anymore?
This operation is being planned as a success. We cannot afford to fail. With that declaration, the tone for D-Day was set. Allied troops were towed across the channel, seated inside gliders, whose pilots had only one chance for a successful landing. Thousands more traveled to France aboard Higgins boats, amphibious landing craft that were the key to the Allied triumph on D-Day. But the fight for Europe was just beginning, and not everything was going according to plan.
Medal awarded. Accuracy 100%, really? I shot someone in the groin 14 times, so... yeah, I'm not proud of that. So, that was a cool mission. Code name. There's only one code name I want to use. Actually, I just thought of a better one. People that know me will get it. Return to the war room. Alright, boys, what's the next mission?
Congratulations on your first mission. You've gotten a rather dramatic introduction to life in the OSS. I have every confidence you're going to make me look like a genius for recruiting you. Your new assignment is a dangerous one. We're sending you back into enemy territory, but this time you're going undercover as a Wehrmacht captain. Now, the Germans have carried over some bad habits from the last World War. One is a love for grossly oversized pieces of artillery. You may have heard of the railguns Dora and Gustav. Well, meet their new sister, Greta. It became fully operational last week. This is the only clear photo we've been able to get because they keep hiding the damn thing. They've spent the last 7 days shooting it at the channel. This was a fuel tender, and this was a hospital ship. Greta's actually smaller than the Dora and the Gustav, but it's capable of firing a more powerful shell. And its reduced size gives it a high degree of mobility, so they're always able to move it before our bombers can get there. That's why we're sending you in to do it by hand. Your transport leaves at 9.
Makes sense.
Knock her out of commission, Lieutenant. Good luck.
So I wonder if the Germans actually did build weapons like that in World War II. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They were making all kinds of crazy stuff in those days. Like, obviously, the near-indestructible tanks, they were brought in the first jet fighters, all kinds of crazy guns. My metal shop teacher in high school showed me this one video of, it wasn't World War II, it was World War I, some kind of boring machine that would go underneath no man's land, then it would pop up in front of an enemy's trench and unleash a flamethrower. Like, I saw the footage of that. It didn't look real. I don't think it was real, but wouldn't surprise me. Welcome back, Lieutenant Patterson. This next mission is going to be a new kind of challenge. The OSS is sending you back into France, but this time out, you'll be traveling in disguise. Going undercover is one of the most dangerous missions that an agent can embark on. For this assignment, you'll be wearing a stolen captain's uniform. Here are some key essentials to know about operating in disguise. Always show your paper when asked. To cycle to your passport icon arsenal and press the shoot button. Don't walk around with the weapon drawn, as it will be immediately arouse suspicion. To upgrade to a higher security level, you may be forced to eliminate an officer in order to steal his papers. In this mission, you'll need to upgrade several times. Be sure to use your silenced pistol when neutralizing a German officer, but take care no one sees you doing it. One of your other objectives in this level is to switch the track so the Greta support train will go off in the wrong direction. Press the action button to flip the lever. Hint, a porter friend told me there's a crawl vent that leads to the station office. This should be interesting. Alright, just gonna mosey in here like I own the place.
Sir, I need to see some identification. I am sorry, sir, but I can't let you in.
Fair enough. So this was a pretty groundbreaking mission. Not a lot of games back in those days had you operating incognito. And when they tried, it usually was done pretty poorly. Man, that draw distance just sucks, dude. I can't see anything.
May I see your papers, please? My mistake, sir.
Can't tell, is this guy an officer? Nope, only one way to find out. Guess I need to go back the way I came. Get off the darn ladder.
Are you new here, sir? Your papers are in order.
Best to not say anything. I've seen The Great Escape. I know the trick for catching incognito. Good luck. Oh, thank you. This must be that vent they were telling me about. Shoot this. Ah, crap, I'm caught. Maybe not. Thank goodness the bodies disappear after I shoot them. What do you think always happened to all the bodies you left behind? I don't know, I always thought they just disappeared as I went around the corner.
Your papers are in order. My mistake, sir.
Switch the tracks.
ein Order.
It's the end of the level. I don't see track switch though.
May I see your papers, please? May I see your papers, please?
You don't have the proper identification.
What do you mean? It's right there. Okay, guy, I'm gonna back up now. You better not shoot me.
May I see your papers, please? My mistake, sir.
Yeah, this is one of the problems with some of these early objective-based shooters. Sometimes it's really easy to just miss where you're supposed to go. Or what you're supposed to do. Or you could just be an idiot who misses it the first time around. Then again, that wasn't clearly marked. A little flashing light would have been nice. Just draw my attention there.
Are you new here, sir? Your papers are in order.
May I see your papers, please? My mistake, sir.
No problem, guy.
Sir, you're confusing me.
May I see your papers, please? My mistake, sir. Sir, I need to see some identification. Your papers are in order.
I remember that mission being a lot worse. But yeah, that was pretty cool for the time. It's not Metal Gear, but overall, not bad. Only 1 star? Come on. Now that you survived the initial field, the test of your basic conversational German, it's time to get down to business. First, you'll find stuck in the wall a clipboard holding a freight manifest. Steal it. It contains a roster of all the German metalworks that manufacture the parts for the Greta. The Air Force is very interested in drawing up a new target list based on its contents. Second, you'll need to locate a special gift packet that's been left for you by an undercover agent. It contains a sniper rifle, some ammunition, and most importantly, custom demolition charges you'll need to destroy Greta. Finally, we want you to blow up Greta's reserve engine. She's specially armored beast that's escaped several strafing runs relatively unscathed. It's a good target of opportunity for you. To place a demolition charge, look for a throbbing red box. This indicates that a location is suitable for explosive. Press the action button to set the charges. As for the gift package, I'm not sure where it is or what it looks like. All I know is that the agent who left it there for you travels undercover as a member of the, I want to say, Reich Marshal? Guerra's official orchestra. The fight continues. Just gonna mosey along like I own the place. Okay, one objective down. I feel offended. Smooth operator. Find the gift package. Said something about him being related to the orchestra, so I'm gonna guess it's in something that resembles that's related to music. But what exactly?
Sorry, sir. Have a good night.
Sir, I need to see some identification. Sorry, sir. Have a good night.
Ah, it's a guitar case. Disable the reserve engine.
I just need to see your paper.
Captain.
Okay, I guess I'm good. That seems a little strange. I guess my cover's blown. Okay. So I gotta go the other way.
Captain.
Where am I supposed to go?
Sieg Heil.
Sorry, sir. Have a good night.
Assume that's the support engine. Huh. Not sure. A little bit of clarity would have done a long way here. This has been something I missed again. Probably gonna get a lousy score again because I'm taking so long. I'm probably boring the hell out of anyone who'd be watching this too.
Yep.
Hello.
May I see your papers, please? Forgive me, sir.
Guess it's in here. Yeah, this looks about right, doesn't it? Okay, what the heck was I supposed to do there? Guys just started spawning in from behind me.
May I see your papers, please? Sir, these papers are not in order.
Hello.
You stepping moron.
I need reinforcements.
Ah, crap. Oh, this isn't good. Yeah, so stealth in this isn't terribly good. It's either enemies know you're an enemy, or they're just rushing your position and leaving you alone, or they just know you're a spy and definitely would have been wise if they had put a little more time into this part of the game. Just because it's innovative for the time doesn't necessarily mean that it's good.
Captain.
Dipshit. Seriously, no one saw me do that. What the heck? And this pistol is about as effective as a squirt gun. Why is it I was able to take that guy out without arousing suspicion before, but now all of a sudden it doesn't make any sense?
Sicherheit!
There we go. Oh, I forgot to get the freight manifest.
Sicherheit!
Okay, I got the freight manifest. Let's go get the package. Let's go destroy that train. Try to make it out of here in one piece.
Hello?
What's up?
Captain.
Forgive me, sir.
Not a problem.
Hello?
Hello. Alright.
May I see your papers, please? Forgive me, sir.
Not a problem. Okay, so what am I supposed to do here? As soon as I destroy that thing, these guys are swarming me. Do I gotta take them all out? Is that what I gotta do?
Signal.
Oh, come on, dude. Right. Gotta find the gift package. Okay, I think the coast is clear.
Signal.
Oh, come on. Why? Alright, I should be able to destroy this train without much bother now. Where the hell did you come from? Well, you're going to hell now. And out of there. That was close. But yeah, this little mission kind of sucks. Like, they wanted you to do things in a very specific order, and some of that stuff they want you to do was just sort of, counterintuitive to what I was asking you to do. Like, you want to stay incognito, you want to take out all the enemies before you would have to blow up that train. And you just weren't really equipped to deal with the enemies, so yeah, that one's not very good. William Tell, what does that mean? No idea. Where are we at on time? I got 3 minutes left. Let's just keep going. Don't expect a friendly reception from the Germans in the canyon. They've now heard about what you did back at the station, so make yourself less of a target and lose the officer's uniform. You'll need to rely on stealth now instead of subterfuge. the newly acquired Springfield sniper rifle should be your best friend. The Germans have fortified this section of the track into a gauntlet of machine gun emplacements, so be careful. Fortunately, there's more than one way into these bunkers. The soldiers in the area are members of the Greta support crew, so they are tired and bored, and most likely not watching the back door. Head towards the ominous flashes on the horizon. That's not lightning, that's the Greta. Be sure you procure some weapons, like an MP-40 submachine gun, and even more importantly, some stick grenades. The ones you Americans call potato mashers. Use them to blow up the fuel depot spotted on the recon photo. Also, be on the lookout for a supply camp that probably contains useful items to liberate. I do remember this level. I remember there being a great atmosphere to this one. Let's see if we can see a little bit of it before it's time to call it a night. No, I might just try to finish this level. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, you see that? Ah, you son of a... On second thought, I think I may call it quits at the time limit. This might be more annoying than I think it will be. Didn't even get a chance to sneak up on the guy, he just became aware of my presence immediately. What's up, boys? I can't open the door to get out of here, so I guess I gotta go back the way I came. This is Snake in front of the disposal facility. Going through that vent makes me think of that. Except, can I not get out of here? Maybe I gotta jump out that window there. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and call it there. Alright, so, Medal of Honor. I mean, obviously it is a product of its time. Like, the controls are really clunky, the graphics clearly haven't aged all that well. But for 1999, it is still a really impressive game. And I still think some of the ideas it has do have a place in modern gaming too. Part of the reason Medal of Honor isn't around anymore is because, like, obviously, when World War II shooters entered the decline, they were unable to evolve with the times. So when Call of Duty went Modern Warfare, Medal of Honor just kind of disappeared. And when they tried to reboot it with a modern setting with the 2010 game, they found themselves in competition with not just Modern Warfare, but also Battlefield. And I feel like trying to mimic them was sort of the wrong move. Like, because they're both games made by EA, Battlefield and Medal of Honor. So what would probably be smarter if they wanted to give Medal of Honor another try is not do a multiplayer shooter or something like that. Do a single player shooter like this right here with varied missions, the OSS stuff, all that great stuff. I guarantee that would be more interesting than just another multiplayer shooter because you already have that with Battlefield. And I don't know if you've noticed, EA, but Star Wars Jedi Survivor and the Dead Space remake, they did fantastic this year. And how well has Battlefield 2042 done? Probably not terribly well. So, give Medal of Honor another shot. Maybe, there's nothing wrong with a linear, objective-based first-person shooter. We actually don't have a lot of those much anymore. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed this content, want to see me play more games, like and subscribe. I do these videos every week, every Saturday, with a few exceptions. Next week, what was on the docket? I can't remember what's on the docket next week. I'll let you guys know later in the week. I'll put that up early. But hope you guys have a good work week. Enjoy 4th of July. Drink responsibly. Use fireworks responsibly. And apart from that, just have a good time. Long live America. God bless America. There's another one I want to use, but I'm not going to curse. Anyway, have a good night, guys.